Hey, friend, welcome back to the Concierge Weight Loss Podcast. I'm so glad you're here today because we're talking about something we don't do enough: celebrating your wins. Big ones, small ones, messy ones, and even the ones no one else knows about. December can feel heavy. There's a lot going on, and most women only look at what they didn't do, what didn't happen, and what didn't get done, what didn't change fast enough. Oh, but today we're flipping that. I'm going to walk you through a simple way to look back at your year and actually feel proud of yourself right now. You don't even have to change anything. And I promise you have wins in there, even if the scale didn't move the way you hoped. Let's get into it. So here's the thing: most of us skip right over our progress. We look at our year and think, I should have lost more weight. I should have been more consistent. I should have done better. All those shoulds. And we miss the good stuff, which is usually the stuff that actually moves us forward. Celebrating your wins isn't bragging, it's not ignoring the hard things. It's training your brain to notice what's working. And when your brain knows something is working, you'll keep doing it. That's how sustainable weight loss happens. Even if your habits weren't perfect, even if you had setbacks, even if this year felt messy, you had wins. You changed, you learned, you got stronger. Now let's look at those, okay? These are my favorite ones to talk about because this is where real magic starts to happen. Let me list a few and see if you feel a little called out, maybe even in a good way. You had wins if you stopped mid meal even just one time because you were full or you were questioning if you were full. You had wins if you noticed you were eating out of stress before the bite went into your mouth, maybe even as you were chewing it. You had wins if you waited for hunger instead of eating just because it was time. Just waiting a little bit, that's a win. Or if you chose water when usually you would have grabbed a soda or maybe even a coffee. It's a win if you walked for 5 minutes. It's a win if you even just put your tennis shoes on and went and got the mail. Those are wins. Maybe you said no thanks to someone pressuring you to eat something. Maybe you packed a snack so you wouldn't get overly hungry, whether you ate it or not. Maybe you ate it, maybe you didn't, but you packed it, having something there available for yourself. You had your own back in that moment. Maybe you had a win if you had a rough week, but got right back on track instead of quitting or even having to start over on the next day or Monday. Maybe you had a win that looked like sitting with an urge because you're feeling like you really need to eat something, but you're not sure. And weight loss sounds like something you want. So you wait just a few seconds. Maybe it's 5 seconds. Maybe you waited a minute instead of giving in right away. Maybe your win was that you didn't finish the whole plate of food for the first time in a long time. Maybe your win became was just becoming more aware of your thoughts before eating. What am I thinking? What do I think about the food? What am I thinking about what's going on around me? Maybe your win is that you lost a pound or 5 pounds or 20, or that you maintained, even though you wanted to lose weight, you maintained through a stressful season. Those are all wins. None of these necessarily look flashy. You can't post them on Instagram usually and feel like, oh, everybody's going to understand and be so excited with me. But these are the wins that show that you're growing. They're showing that you're trying, and they are the foundation of real change. Most women don't give themselves credit for these wins, and that's why they feel stuck, not good enough. So today, we're going to fix that. All right, I had a client once that said, Kara, I feel like I've been working to lose weight all year, but not actually losing weight. Or I've lost the same 5 pounds, I think is what I've heard again and again. And this particular client loves organizing. I said something that clicked that day. Sometimes you have to build the shelves before you can put anything on them. Yep. She stopped. She got real quiet and then said, oh, I'm building shelves. Yes, exactly. Some of you spent this year learning your hunger cues, and some of it you spent noticing your emotional triggers or figuring out what foods feel good in your body, learning how to plan some simple meals, or starting to trust yourself again. Shelves. You built the structure that makes weight loss possible. And yes, some of you didn't lose the weight you wanted this year. Some of you didn't lose any weight at all, but you learned the foundation that makes losing weight in a safe, sustainable, compassionate way feel finally doable. That counts. It matters. That is a win. All right, let's walk through a simple reflection you can do right now. You can do it later. You just need a pen and paper. There's 5 questions, okay? And so, when you think back on your year, I want you to answer, what did I learn this year that I didn't know before? This could be about your body, hunger, emotions, planning, anything. Okay. Question 2, where did I show up for myself, even in small ways? Think the tiny choices that you usually overlook, right? This year, I got really good at packing my lunch pretty much every single day. I would say it was less than, I don't know, probably 5 to 10 times that I ate uh, something that I didn't bring with me in my lunch bag. All right, question 3. What did I handle this year that would have overwhelmed the old me? This one's a powerful one. All right, I myself started using my habit tracker even when I was marking that I didn't do the things. Yep. Sometimes figuring out what you are and are not doing is the first thing before you make any other changes. Let's see what I am doing. Let's see what I'm avoiding. That was my big one. That would have overwhelmed me in the past to have put so many red X's that I wasn't doing something. All right, question 4. What is one win from this year that no one else knows about, but I am proud of? What are you proud of? Hmm? For me, I don't know. I have a lot this year. I am proud of how I really took care of myself, even emotionally. I have a habit of getting overwhelmed sometimes, and I tried to give myself credit. And that's why we're celebrating so many wins, right? I also realized that a lot of times I needed to protect myself when I was feeling overwhelmed. And so I would simplify things, I would get more rest, I would take care of me. So that is something that I don't know a lot of people realize, but I am super proud of myself. Question 5. What is one habit that I started even inconsistently that I want to grow next year? All right, for me, I honestly had this idea in my head that I had to eat when I had the time. So I had to eat when it was time to have breakfast. I had to eat when it was time to have lunch. And so I started eating when I was hungry most of the time. Pretty, there's some inconsistency there, but like most of the time I've noticed I have been moving towards eating when I'm hungry. And it had to feel safe to say, oh, I think I'm good, but and then wait. I had to come up with a lot of like excuses my brain was having, but I think that's one that I have started this year and I want to keep growing it for next year. So you have all your own too. That's it. Those 5 questions will show you the version of you that's been growing all year long. And listen, your wins matter even if the scale didn't move because your habits, your mindset, your awareness, that's what carries you into real lasting weight loss next year and forever. Once you see these wins, you're not going to be able to unsee them. You can't explain them away. A win is a win. I won't let you explain it away. Okay. So once you see your wins, here's the next step I want you to do with them. Decide which one you want to build on in January. Not all of them, not a new year, new me list of, 47 to 52 new habits, just one. Maybe it's drinking more water or eating slower, stopping when you're full, planning some simple meals, or resting instead of snacking, taking a 10-minute walk instead of 5 minutes. Or maybe you're into journaling or you want to be, so you write down a thought before you react to it. One win, grown bigger. That's how momentum happens. For me, I want to grow on that waiting for hunger. And so I think as I feel stronger that I am eating because I'm hungry, I also notice that that helps me stop at just enough instead of finishing a plate or eating because it's delicious, because I'm not emotionally satisfied yet, those kind of things. So that's what mine's going to be. And if you are ready to start the new year feeling clear and confident, I want you to join me for my free webinar. Everything your doctor wants you to know about losing weight. It's simple, it's doable, it's going to make weight loss make sense again. You can sign up at www.coachingkara.com/sign up. Kara is with a K. And if you've been thinking about getting support, especially heading into the new year, then after the webinar, you and I can talk about what the next right step looks like for you. You don't have to do this alone. All right, friend, take a deep breath. You've had wins this year. You've grown more than you realize. And you are not starting from scratch in January. You're building on everything you've ever learned. You've learned a lot this year, too. Take a minute today to be proud of yourself. You deserve it. I'll see you next week. Bye, friend.